Is it on?
Is it on? Most definitely.
On? It's on, honey. It's on.
Now we get to it. For all the viewers who may not know, this right here is Madison.
Yes.
AKA T.S. Madison.
T.S. Madison.
AKA
I'll let you. Big bitch, honey. And all that good shit. Yeah.
Finally, we're on the couch together. So first thing I want to not go into.
All right, let's do it.
Is me and you.
Well, hi Caesar, hi.
Hi Madison, how you doing?
I'm fine. Well, I mean...
Wait, let me get the backdrop.
Okay, do the backdrop for those that don't know. A lot of people do know.
A lot of people do, but don't. Okay.
All right, let's go.
8 months ago, wait, let me backtrack before the 8 months. One day, somebody sent me a video.
Okay.
It was New Weave.
It was a Vine.
The Vine.
Okay.
I didn't know it was a Vine. I don't have a Vine, but he sent it to me. So when I seen it, I thought it was hilarious. Like, it was something that was infectious. It was hilarious. It was a kiki. It was funny because I've never seen anybody do anything.
Not a trans girl do it.
Not a trans girl do anything like that. So people had different opinions about it.
They had a lot.
I thought it was very comedic, and I thought it. So I was at a conference with everyone y'all knows in this ballroom, legendary Stasha, also Stasha Rivers, from the pageant scene.
Yeah.
And I asked Stasha, like, what did she think about the video?
Well, like, I know Stasha from, I knew her from home because we're both from Florida.
From Florida.
I didn't know her, like, well, she probably didn't remember me because she's been here or whatever, but she didn't, I don't think she knew exactly what was going on, but, okay, finish the back.
So she made some comments and her opinions of what she thought about it. And I guess one of your supporters, one of your fans got to you. And you said your opinion about it. You made a video, like an 11, 12-minute video.
Yeah, 16.
I thought something was funny because I was kind of shocked because I know you wasn't a ballroom girl at all.
Right.
But I was shocked because, you was shouting. And, like, you did a few things. And you mentioned my name. And we go back. I'm not going to say it was a go back and forth because it wasn't a go back and forth thing.
Right, because we're grown.
Right. We are grown. But I don't even want to say tension, but it was something. It was
tension.
People was noticing what was going on and saying it, posting it to me, sending it to me, but I never went and said anything about it.
Right.
But then listening to you, to be honest, because I'm a man,
right.
Listening to you, I started to understand your brand. This is coming from me.
Right.
What your brand is, my interpretation of what your brand is. And then, shockingly, I realized that your brand is not just a brand, that the person behind the brand has many layers that people do not know.
Right.
And then I watched you on my bro Jacob, shout out to Jacob Corner channel, and I was intrigued by some of the stuff that you shared, and then you kind of like a chameleon, like I can see you do different looks and different things, and then what really made me fall in love with you, I'll be honest, shout out to my best friend Sanaya, because Sanaya loved you from the beginning.
Yeah. Hey Sanaya.
And she put me on to the video where you was driving in a car with your mom. Shout out to your mother.
Yes, Miss Mary.
And I don't know if you was here in Atlanta. I'm assuming maybe
Miami.
Florida. It was okay. It was in Miami. And y'all was driving. You had the short hair, and you was like, "Oh, look at me in this short hair." And there was this white lady out there, and she was like, "Oh, you look cute in that." And you was like, "Yes, oh." From there, I loved you. And then I would show that video to other people, friends of mine, who also love you, think you're entertaining and stuff.
Thank you.
So, what was your view on that whole thing?
Well, in the beginning, I was kind of angry with you a little bit because I feel like that you have a large following. You have like 35 million views. You understand? What
25.
Well,
I can't wait to get to 35. Yeah, but I know what you mean though.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
When you have over so many thousand views and you up in the millions, because I'm in the million views break too, you have an influence. And I was angry at the fact that, like, I'm not a part of the ballroom circuit. I don't know anything really about the ballroom circuit. I know it's a part of our gay culture that I didn't know anything about because I didn't grow up in that, And I felt like you being a figure in that you know that you have influence to give people an opportunity to say things about me, whether it's good or bad, you know? And I just felt like that we're both platform people. And I would never use my platform, to try to make someone form an opinion about ballroom throwbacks, you know what I'm saying? People could say, look at them punks around there doing it. Because I'm really socially linked to the heterosexual community.
Correct.
And, they could say stuff like, look at them punks over there voguing and death. What the fuck wrong with them? Not knowing that this is a part of our
community, our culture.
You understand what I'm saying? I didn't really know much about it, but I do know a few things. where when people see me on video swinging my tits and dick around and all this stuff, not knowing the back history of the situation, and not understanding, people tend to attack things that they don't understand. It's like it's like an alien landing. We would attack it because it's a change to the way of life that we're accustomed to, or a change to what's the norm for us. And I just was I wouldn't say mad. I just was like, I wouldn't use my power, my media power to, Then after, people were sending stuff back and forth, I saw people, you were saying shout out to Madison and whatever. And, I kind of leaned back and out. It began to become comedy to me because it was garnering views for both of us. And then once I sat on the couch with Jacob, I was able to voice a few things. And even during that time, I was still a little heated, and I did voice a few little things or whatever. But it was only a defense mechanism for myself. I
never was mad about anything, though.
I wasn't mad.
No, I'm not saying you was, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, some people would take that and try to, like, celebrities do it all the time. I know. They'll take
like
something.
They beefing.
Yeah, and that makes it hot. But I never got mad about anything he said. I thought it was funny because it was like, and it was more funny because people was trying to make it like that.
Make it a war.
So that's what made me more funny, because I'm like, I don't even know her. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, just trying to make it a war.
But like I said to you when we spoke originally on Facebook,
yeah,
I could apologize if I made you feel some type of way. Because one thing about me in this community, I'm a firm believer that when, these platforms are very important, and they're very serious.
Yes.
And I also have the attitude like, don't look up to me, look up to God type thing. Because a lot of people sometimes may, and I'm like, you should look up to, you understand what I mean by that?
Exactly what
but we still do have a responsibility
yes.
and influence. And
yes.
I can apologize for making you feel, because at the end of the day, you are still part of our community, ballroom or not.
Yes.
Because you're trying to make it. You're hustling. Yes. You're doing what you got to do. And anybody would say I'm a supporter of anybody trying to make it.
Especially in our community.
In our community, because we already got 7 strikes against us before getting out there and trying to make your own brand.
Should we name them?
So when I reached out to you, you was very nice. It was no shade. It was like I said, go back. You tell me how you felt. I felt very good talking to you because, as you know, sometimes when you approach somebody, they could be nasty.
I'm not that way.
Do you understand what I mean? And you was very nice, and we back and forth, and we, for the viewers, this is something.
Both of us had our guards up because there was a few things that I said, and you was like, no. You was like, no shade. I was like, no shade, but you didn't let me finish the sentence. And I was like, oh my God, he thinking I'm just like, but I'm not. Like, I was over the whole situation because I felt like, okay, here's the time that we're able. God does everything in perfect timing, and these are the times that you can make people hate you and go through a period of where they come to love you, and then they understand you, And this is the perfect time because Ballroom Throwbacks is getting bigger by the week. Madison is growing to be a super brand by the week. So this is a perfect opportunity to allow people to understand that it's not a battle amongst two powerful influences. It's not. It's we didn't have an opportunity to really sit down like we're doing now, and I'm so glad that.
And I'm very glad
that
too.
We are.
So let's touch on. We're past that.
Okay.
Friday. So we met on Friday officially in person.
Yes.
You was hosting a club.
Yes.
Tell me, just so we can finish out this segment.
Okay.
How is T.S. Madison right now? Where are you right now?
Well, T.S. Madison is, oh my God, she's in, just like you said earlier, she's infectious. She's all over the place. I mean, I host, I make music, I still do adult. I'm working on a clothing line with Felicity.
Felicity Mizrahi Noir.
Yes, Felicity Mizrahi Noir. I'm about to work on things. You gave me a suggestion about branding hair, so I'm gonna look deeper into that. But
okay, let's talk about the hair. Let's talk about the start. Me personally, I think it's dumb. I think that you should be selling hair. Everybody got introduced to you
through New Weave 22.
Through New Weave 22 inches. What the hell? What happened?
Okay, let me tell you the backstory behind New Weave 22 inches. All right. I discovered Vine, just discovered it. Somebody sent something to me and it was looping around. I was like, oh my God, this is funny. I looked around on Vine, and I really have to elaborate a lot on this. I looked around on Vine and I saw a lot of funny stuff. Then I saw fucking and dick sucking, and I was like, oh. Oh,
because that stuff is usually not allowed on social media.
On Twitter. Well, let's not say Twitter because Twitter actually owns Vine. They're on Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
Facebook is a great for anybody that's in business. Facebook is a great marketing
and network. Most definitely.
Tool. Instagram is a wonderful marketing and networking tool. I'm a businesswoman. I've been a businesswoman for over a decade now. Whether it's been adult or whatever, I've been a businesswoman for over a decade. And Vine was doing the fucking, and I was like, oh my God, this is a plateau that I haven't touched on yet, so let me get these people to looking. So I started doing little things. I started doing, in clothes, I'd show cleavage, I'd, joke around, be naked. And
sell it kiki a little bit.
Just kikiing. And I started putting up little clips from my videos, and it started gaining a lot of attention. And like a lot of my fans, like a lot of gentlemen started, I actually brought a lot of traffic to Vine. Thanks, Vine need to cut me a motherfucking check. But that's another story. So they started coming and stuff like this. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Then it started to spread. Like it was like a drop, and it was a virus. It started to spread. So I was like, oh, okay, well, my subscription started to increase, and there was an increase in revenue. Boom. One day I was wash face looking a fool. I'm no shame. I was looking a fool. My girlfriend had just put some weave in my head or whatever, and I thought it was cute. So I jumped up and I was like, no wave, 22 inches, yes! And I jumped around and swung my dick around and did my titties and shook my ass around. The next day, it was like Hurricane Katrina had hit.
Did you gag?
I did. I gagged because the first people to jump on this were Caucasian. My strongest base now is Caucasian. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know, but we'll elaborate on that. But the Caucasian people embraced me like, they thought it was funny, they thought it was crazy, they thought it was hilarious. So I started doing